All right, test. Test 1 2, test 1 2. Test 1 2, test 1 2. Okay. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. I don't hear myself. Test, test, test. Okay. The Dayton Flyers take the Miami University RedHawks. And Friday night college hockey. A good evening from the Kettering Ice Arena in Kettering, Ohio. Along with our producer engineer Jeff Duford, my name is Kent Jacobs. Tonight, the Flyers taking on the Miami University Club RedHawks. The RedHawks are coming in as the defending national champions in the ACHA. They won it all last year in Division II. The Flyers coming in with a record of 2 wins and 6 losses. Breaking that down in the league, they have no wins, 1 loss, 2 overtime wins, and no overtime losses. Miami comes in with a record of 5-2 and no overtime games, and all of their games so far have been league games. The RedHawks are coached by Alex Delaney. Assistant coach is Taylor Lee. For the Dayton Flyers, Tony Morris is the head coach. Assistant coaches are Chris Sands, Chad Morris, and Brendan Moravec. In goal for Miami is going to be Zach Wiseman, 5'7", 165, from London, Ohio. 1-1 record. He has a .403 goals against and an .882 save percentage. For the Dayton Flyers, it's going to be Jake Dold in goal. Jake is out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He's a junior, marketing major, and we are getting all set and ready to go. The Miami RedHawks are in their dark red uniforms. The Dayton Flyers are in their new navy, all navy uniforms. Flyers will be moving from right to left in the opening period. Wiseman in the crease to our left. Dold to our right. The Flyers, Leon Swiatkowski will take the opening draw. The draw is won by the RedHawks. Flyers gain possession in their own zone, clear the zone. For Dayton, here comes Declan Ployce. Declan's pass intercepted. And Vaisala of Miami dumps it in the Dayton zone. Back to get it for the Flyers is Asher Irwin. Pass up ahead at center. Here's a blast off the stick of Brett Smith. And up off the balls in front, and they score. The shot by Brett Smith ricocheted off the boards back in front. Colin Unmafer puts it in. And the Flyers lead it 1-0. So just 45 seconds into the game, the Flyers take a 1-0 lead. So that initial shot may have been from Rutherford rather than Smith. He gets the assist as well as Swiatkowski. Colin Unmafer, senior out of Long Island, New York. Here come the RedHawks. There's a shot. Dole to save. That shot taken by John Fratto of Miami. Loose puck at center. Zaharansky. That's going to be a tough one all night long. Lost the handle. The puck dumped back in behind the Dayton net. Smith rims it around the far side. It's chopped to center ice. And it carries all the way back down behind the Miami net. 1-0 Dayton. We're just underway. We're 2 minutes and 15 seconds into the first period. Brett Smith from Mygon. Shovels over to that was Luke Federico, and his shot was wide. Here come the RedHawks the other way. Furman. He'll dump it in. Chasing it down. Marsink of Miami. He's checked into the boards. Loose puck in front of the Dayton net. Right in the slot. It's kicked to center ice for the Flyers by Brett Jones. Puck carries down into the Miami zone. There's Bell, Tyler Bell. He's tied up. Loose puck. Newton shoots to center for teammate Judge. Judge is checked. Flyers trying to carry out to center. Pass to neutralize. Intercepted by the RedHawks. Carried in by Schweitzer. A shot. And the save is made by Jack Dold on Jack Schweitzer. We welcome all your chat messages, whether you're a Flyer fan or a RedHawk fan. We'll check those messages at the end of the first period. Face off in the left wing circle of the Dayton zone. Ollie Knife Force was going to take the draw. He's tossed out of the circle. Pass to center for the Flyers, Swiatkowski. It's off his stick down the ice, and it'll be an icing violation against Dayton as the pass to Swiatkowski reflected off his stick blade all the way down the ice. Colin Umhafer from Tom Rutherford and Leon Swiatkowski, and it's 1-0 Dayton. Hartwell takes the draw for the RedHawks against Burns. Here's Burns for Dayton. Burns carries the center. He's tied up. Loose puck picked up by Miller. A shot! And it's off a stick of Dold and over the glass. That shot off the stick of Eberhardt. Cooper Eberhardt of Miami. And there will be a face-off in the Dayton zone. 16:09 to go in period one. The Flyers in navy blue lead at 1-0. Up pass to center. Intended for the Flyers. Finn Harris out of the net was Weitzman to break it up. Here come the RedHawks the other way. Here's Eberhardt. He's checked before he could pull the trigger on a shot. Flyers start back. Pass at center by Smith, broken up. RedHawks can't clear it. Picked off by Jackson Reed. His pass in front is deflected. It comes in on goal, and a save made by Weitzman. Here come the RedHawks the other way, and Eric Miller was wrestled down before he could pull the trigger on a shot. Two RedHawks collide in front of the net. Shot and pad save by Dold, and Jake will hold on to it. Jake Dold out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Likes to play guitar and collect records. That's right, actual vinyl records. .15:05 to go in the first. Hartwell will take the draw for Dayton, or for Miami, against Swiatkowski of Dayton. Colin Hartwell. And there's a delay. Oh, there was a penalty on the play on Dayton. We'll get the announcement of what that penalty was. So a one-man power play for the visiting Miami RedHawks, trailing it 1-0. Here's a pass to Hartwell at center. He'll dump it in, knocked down by the Flyers' Asher Irwin, clears the zone. So Brett Smith for roughing is the penalty. RedHawks have another 1:15 left in their power play. Hartwell has his puck taken off his stick by Rutherford, but Tommy not quite able to work in front with the puck. And the RedHawks regain possession in their own zone. They try to get things set up. Schweitzer. Pass at center for Fratto over the Dayton line. Drop pass for Eberhardt. His shot is blocked. 40 seconds left in the Miami power play. Left point. Zawarensky checked, and the puck is cleared to center. Dumped back in by Knife Force of Miami. Now for the RedHawks, there is a shot by Newton. Is blocked. 15 seconds left in the RedHawk power play. Newton dumps behind the net and careens off to the left point. There's a wrist shot taken by Zahoransky, and that's a stick save. Zahoransky again fires, and Dold knocks it down. Penalty killed off. 13 minutes to go in the first. Dayton in navy blue leads at 1-0. There's a one-time shot by Newton, and a stick save. Puck cleared away behind his own net. Zach Weitzman clears it up ahead. Now it's dumped back behind the net for Graham Newton. Newton pass up along the near boards is broken up. Behind the net, Jackson Reed for the Flyers. Tried to gain possession of the puck, was wrestled off. Here comes Miami's Lau. Moves in a shot, and it's deflected wide. Carrying around to the back of the blue line is Schweitzer, but he's checked. Jackson Reed had it. He tried to drop it off to teammate Harris, but that's broken up. For the RedHawks, Marsink tried to clear. It's held in by Finn Harris. Puck intercepted by Weeks of Miami. Weeks to Furman. Furman over the Dayton line. Drop pass for teammate Lau, and it's off his stick. There's a shot at the Dayton net, and it's blocked. Loose puck behind the Flyer cage, and we've got a whistle. Puck pops out of play, so we'll have a face-off. 11:26 to go in period number one. Flyers on a goal by Colin Umhafer. Lead at 1-0. Face-off in the Flyer zone. Hartwell wins the draw for the RedHawks. Gets it to Eberhardt, but he falls down. Puck rimmed around to this near corner. Cleared, not out. Held in by Newton. He drops it back to the far corner. Trying to work the puck in front for the RedHawks was Eberhardt, but he's bumped off the puck and it's cleared away. Here's Graham Newton. Pass to Tyler Bell. He'll dump in the Dayton zone, picked off by Charlie Snyder. Snyder tied up near corner. Shot toward the Dayton net, and there's a pad save by Gold. Here come the Flyers on a loose puck. Picking it up, carrying it the other way with a shot. Was Luke Federico. Here come the RedHawks. 10.5 to go in the period. Back for Miami is Eric Miller. Back in his own zone. Pass at center off the near boards, and it careens back down behind the Dayton net. Picked up by Brett Smith of Dayton. Looks to start out. He's ambushed by the RedHawks. Lau. Mike Lau. Puck cleared away. It's picked up at center by Zaharansky. His pass broken up. Loose puck in the Dayton zone. Amato dumps it behind the net. Amato to Bamrick. Back to Amato. Rink wide pass. Donahue dumps behind the net for Fratto of Miami. Another shot from the left point taken by Zaharansky is wide. Flyers carry it out of their own zone. There's a big hit on Mygon by Fratto of Miami. Here comes Fratto. Centering. It's broken up by goaltender Jake Dold. And then the Dayton net comes loose. 9:02 to go, period number 1. Umhafer on the ice now for Dayton, along with Declan Poyce. And we got Asher Irwin. And it looks like Finn Harris and Tommy Rutherford. From the draw, puck carries over into the near corner of the Dayton zone. Flyers coming away with it. That is Asher Irwin. He's checked. Puck comes loose to center. It's picked up by Rutherford of Dayton. He gets a shot away. Pad save by Zach Weitzman. There's a shot from the left point off the stick of Dayton's Asher Irwin, and it's caught by Zach Weitzman. Weitzman, W-A-I-Z-M-A-N-N. Teams change with a stoppage of play. JT Kulis on for Dayton, along with Finn Harris. We got Jackson Reed. Reed from the faceoff tried to get a shot, but stick was tied up by Eberhardt of Miami. Here is Cooper Eberhardt. He's bumped off the puck by Reed. And kicks off to the far corner. After it for Dayton is JT Kulis. Tries to center. Oh, and it kicks off to this near corner. Kulis again centering for teammate Harris. But that's broken up and cleared away. Here come the Flyers. Meichenbaum is able to break up a Miami rush. Here comes Owen Meichenbaum over the Miami line. Drop past Liam Burns. Burns checked. Loose puck comes to center. Dumped back in by Finn Harris of Dayton. RedHawks trying to get out of their own zone. Clearing pass intercepted by the Flyers' Charlie Snyder. Snyder on the right wing boards is knocked down. RedHawks. There's a check by Snyder on Miami's Jack Schweitzer, and now there's a whistle and a stoppage of play as with 7:08 to go in period one. There was an icing violation on Miami. 1-0 Dayton. On a goal by Colin Umhafer. From the face-off in the Miami zone, RedHawks have it. Here's Furman. Furman, pass at center. Lau over the Dayton line. Lau in the corner, checked. RedHawks still have it. There's a shot. Pad save off the stick of Zaharansky by Dold. Zaharansky holds it in. Left point. Gets it back over to Donahue. Trying to throw the puck in front, and that's intercepted. Here come the Flyers the other way. Johnny Asenik over the Miami line. He's checked by Donahue of Miami. Donahue can't clear it out, however. Now he gets it back. Here's Donahue. Pass at center, intercepted. Carried back in the Miami zone by Connor Kelly. It's cleared out to center. A shot by Brett Smith is a save by Weissman. Rebound picked up by the RedHawks. Donahue pass over the line to Bamrick, and it's offside at the Dayton blue line. Actually, that's an icing violation on Miami. 5:53 to go in period one. Face off in the Miami zone. Here comes Miami's John Fratto. He's checked behind the Dayton net. Flyers trying to come back. Sean Tucker tips it in the Miami zone, and then there's a whistle. And it'll be icing against Dayton. Face-off will be in the Dayton zone to the right of Jake Dold and the Dayton crease. From the draw, RedHawks win it. Shot deflects wide at the Dayton net. From the carom of the end board, Sean Tucker carries to center. He has it taken away by Marsink of Miami. He'll dump it in the Dayton zone. There's a shot. Stick save by Dold. Rebound still live in the Dayton zone. Behind the net, there is Bamrick. TJ Bamrick passes back to the point, but it's off the stick of Furman to center ice. Puck dumped back in behind the Dayton net. Back to get it for the Flyers is Owen Meichenbaum. Pass at center, Swiatkowski. Rink wide pass. Dumped in by Rutherford. Comes in on net, and the save made by Weitzman. Flyers, Rutherford, drop pass. Meichenbaum back to Rutherford. Shot off the side of the net. Here's Liam Burns, a drive, and it's caught. That's a screenshot. And there's a little tussle in front of the net involving Leon Swiatkowski. And a couple of Miami players. Looks like Eric Miller might have been one of them. Nothing comes out of that. 4.5 to go in the first. 1-0 Dayton on a goal by Colin Umhafer. Face off in the Miami zone. Ben Harris wins the draw. Reed! A blast. It's wide off the inboards. Here is Swiatkowski. Couldn't control the puck. It comes to center. Here come the RedHawks, but a pass broken up by Jackson Reed. Flyers regain possession in their own zone. Pass at center. Intercepted by the RedHawks, but there's a big check by Meichenbaum. They whack at the puck. Both teams do at center ice. Here is Meichenbaum. He'll flip it high off the boards behind the Miami net. 3:40 to go in the first. Puck behind the Miami net. RedHawks try to come back. Here's Schweitzer. He'll dump it in the Dayton zone off the corner boards. It reflects behind the net. Picked up for Dayton by Brett Smith. Smith shakes off a check. Passes to center ice for Reed. Puck comes off his stick. It's picked up by the RedHawks. Eric Miller. Pass at center. Eberhardt. He'll dump it in the Dayton zone. Whistle. And with 3 minutes and 1 second left in the period. I guess the puck might have popped out of play, maybe. So we'll have a face-off in the Flyer zone. Colin Hartwell will take the draw for Miami against the Flyers. Colin Umhafer. Umhafer wins the draw, chases the puck down into the Miami zone and got stripped of the puck by Judge right before he tried to walk in front. There was a penalty on the play. It's Colin Kelly, a 2-minute minor. So Miami a power play trailing 1-0. There's a fake shot. Oh, and a shot off the goalpost. A one-timer by Judge. Judge again, rink-wide pass intended for teammate Eric Miller, a shot wide. RedHawks still have it in the Dayton zone. Judge drops it off, centering pass. Now back to Judge. Tries to center it. Nobody can touch it. Now here walking in was Bell. Drops it off. A shot at the Dayton net wide. They wrestle for it behind the Dayton net. RedHawks have it. Here is Bell. Off to the left wing for Schweitzer. Beg your pardon. Back to Bell. Shot is blocked and cleared away by Colin Umhafer. Weitzman out of the net to pass it ahead. And here's the puck intercepted by Brett Smith. A drive! He scores! Brett Smith, a short-handed goal. And that actually might have been, I think it's Tommy Rutherford rather than Brett Smith, 28 rather than 26. We'll get an announcement on it. So I think it's Tommy Rutherford with the goal. I beg your pardon. And it's 2-0 Dayton.
Number 15, time of the goal, 18.
So it is Tom Rutherford with the goal, assisted by Swiatkowski. Tom Rutherford, the senior out of Park Ridge, Illinois, finance major. Under a minute to go in the period. The Dayton penalty's been killed off. Flyers lead it 2-0. Puck is cleared back behind the Miami net. And that'll be icing on Dayton. Face off in the Dayton zone, won by Miami. There's a shot, and Dold makes the save. Shot from the left point taken by Marsink, Adam Marsink. Face off again in the Dayton zone. Swiatkowski. Puck back to the left point, held in by Marsink of Miami. Here's Marsink. He'll take a shot, and it's blocked by the Flyers' JT Kulis. 25 seconds left in the period. Puck behind the Dayton net. There's a centering pass. It's tipped wide by the RedHawks' Amato. That's Ben Amato. Dold gathers in the puck, and it's a face-off in the Dayton zone with 12 seconds left to go in period one. Face-off in the left wing circle. Finn Harris lost the draw, or wins the draw. Puck cleared away to center. RedHawks trying to get one more rush toward the Dayton net. A shot taken by Judge. And it's caught by Dold, and that's the end of the first period. So after one, it is Dayton 2 and Miami nothing. Oh, thanks a lot. Thanks. So our scoring in that first period, Colin Umhafer for Dayton. Colin, a senior out of Long Island, New York, with the goal assisted by Rutherford and Swiatkowski. And then it was Thomas Rutherford scoring a goal. I mistakenly identified him at first as Brett Smith, but his uniform number 28 rather than 26. But Tommy gets the goal. And that was a shorthanded goal for Tom Rutherford as he knocked the puck into the Miami zone, and he just uncorked a blast of a slap shot that tore into the Miami net. And that goal, a shorthanded goal assisted by Leon Swiatkowski. So both Tom Rutherford and Leon Swiatkowski have 2 points. Leon with 2 assists and Tommy with a goal and an assist. And Colin Umhafer gets the first goal. What are your shots, Jeff? Oh. So shots on goal unofficially favoring Miami 14-8. And let's see if we have any chat messages. Hold on a moment, folks. So a great start for the Flyers. Yeah. Do you see any chat messages? I lost my YouTube out of here. That's happened to me before on this phone, where it's just it disappears. I don't know why. Okay, thanks. Okay, folks, let's see what we got. Dave Reed. Hey, Dave, how's it going? He says, hi, Kent. As we discussed last weekend, got the box scores and the ACHA into the ACHA site. So other than our first game against Xavier, the stats should be up to date. Oh, thank you very much, Dave. And Coach asked Xavier to add that box score too. So that's great. So maybe by next game, we'll have completely up-to-date stats. Patty Ployce. Hey, Patty, how's it going? She says, Kent need to fix score. Well, I assume they have. Hi, Patty. How you doing tonight? Nice to hear from you. Mike McCormick. Hey, Michael McCormick. How you doing? Miller anytime free money. So he may be referring to Eric Miller of the RedHawks. Nice to hear from you tonight, Michael McCormick. Hunter Wallace. Hello, Hunter. Says Fratto is a star anytime. And we've called John Fratto's name out several times tonight, so he's been very active. Nice to hear from you, Hunter. And Mike McCormick again says Herd Pike got the health bomb for the guys in red. Okay. I don't know what that means, Mike. But it's out there, so maybe some of the folks do. So, but nice to hear from everybody. Appreciate it. So let's see. Oh, you've got my phone. Oh, I was going to look up scores. Oh, okay. Oh, thanks. Okay. Oh, okay. And we got a message from Dave Reed. Dave says Jake Dold last 3 wins against Indiana, Ohio, and Ohio State. Wow. Thanks, Dave. That's quite a record for Jake Dold right now. That's fantastic. Let's see what's going on. There's a football game right now, college football at halftime. Louisville leads Miami of Florida 14-10. In baseball right now, American League Championship Series, Game 5, Toronto leads Seattle 2-1 in the 8th inning. That series tied up 2-2. Mid-first, the Milwaukee Brewers and the evil empire, the Los Angeles Dodgers, are tied up 0-0. Dodgers with the $350 million payroll, and they went out and bought 4 of their 5 starting pitchers. Don't get me started. Baseball needs a hard salary cap in the worst way. Every other sport has it, but the union, the players' union in baseball is too strong. They've fought that off. There's a luxury tax. But teams like the Dodgers and Yankees and whoever, Red Sox, all these others that are so wealthy, but primarily from local TV contracts, that they don't care about luxury tax. They'll spend $350 million while the Cincinnati Reds spend $100 million. So they're outspending the Reds 3-1, but don't get me started. Let's see what's happening in the National Hockey League tonight. Baseball fans ought to go on strike. Now, fans in New York, they don't want to go on strike because they love the way things are set up now. They love that they can outspend other teams by a ratio of 2 or 3 to 1. They love that. But all the rest of the teams and the fans of other teams in baseball should strike, not go to the games until the owners and players set up a hard salary cap. In the NHL right now, end of the second period, the Red Wings lead the Lightning 1-0. End of the second period in Washington, Capitals 2, the Wild 1. First period just underway, Vancouver at Chicago. Later on, San Jose at Utah. NBA and the NBA scores are preseason. Third quarter, Toronto 85, Brooklyn 72. Third quarter, Philadelphia 88, Minnesota 82. Halftime, the Knicks 64, the Hornets 54. Second quarter, Vancouver and Miami are tied at 45. Second quarter, Denver 43, Oklahoma City 32. Second quarter, Indiana 48, San Antonio 47. Later on, LA Clippers at Golden State, and the Sacramento Kings against the LA Lakers. Those are games early. And again, those NBA scores are preseason. The NHL scores are regular season now. Red Wings, they were, let's see. Oh, hold on a second. It kicks into ESPN Plus. Let me. Dum, 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 dum. Okay. Red Wings 1, Tampa nothing. End of the second. They're beating them. Oh, you just want to hear it again? What's that? Oh, You didn't need the score. Okay. Well. Oh, and boy, oh boy, our Cincinnati Bengals had a big game last night. Beat Pittsburgh in a wild game, 33-31. Let's see. Well, we got some more messages from folks out here. We have heard from Thomas Bamrick, who's we have a young Mr. Bamrick who plays on Miami. Thomas says, Kent, great job calling the game. Thank you very much, Thomas. Appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Thomas. And Dave Reed says, Ohio beat Michigan last night 8-0. Michigan is the Flyers' next home games November 7th and 8th. So thanks, Dave. So how about that? Ohio beat Michigan last night 8-0. Wow. We heard from Andrew Bumps. Hey, Andrew, how's it going? He says, yeah, we do. Let's go, Dayton. Thanks, Andrew. Nice to hear from you now.
CLGRW.
What's that? Oh, is that what that means? Oh, well, LGB is Let's Go Blues. Let's Go Blues. Blues aren't playing tonight. Nice to hear from you, Andrew. And Jeff appreciates the message about the Red Wings. Hunter Wallace. Hey, Hunter. Kent. Hello, sir. Well, hello to you, Hunter. Are the chins tucked tonight? Do you know what that means? I don't know what that means, Hunter. Are the chins tucked? I don't know. Hunter, you'll have to explain that to us. And then Mike McCormick. Hey again, Mike. Had a great time with Mr. Weitzman and Eric Miller in Nashville last weekend. They got after it. Slow start at first, then they get it going in the second. Thanks, Mike. Glad that you guys had a good time last night in Nashville. All right, folks. We'll talk again after the second period. Puck is dropped and we're underway for period number 2. Again, our goal scorers tonight, Colin Umhafer and Tom Rutherford. In Miami in the all red uniforms and the Flyers in their navy blue. Face-off will be in the right wing circle of the Miami zone to our right. Ployce wins the draw, back to Rutherford, dumps it in the corner. They haggle for it there along the wall. Puck is centered, but here come the RedHawks, dumping the puck in the Dayton zone, Eric Miller. So interference minor on Tyler Bell of Miami. And now we've got another penalty coming up. Looks like a check behind the back. On John Fratto. So the Flyers are going to have a two-man power play. For a minute 27, then they'll have another one-man advantage for 33 seconds. Golden opportunity for the Flyers to build on what is a 2-0 lead. Ployce wins the draw. Puck held in at the blue line by Rutherford. Tommy Rutherford, rink-wide pass. Brett Smith. Smith tries to shoot. It's blocked. He gets it back to Rutherford in the corner. That was actually Tira's. Oh my gosh. Oh, no. Connor Eberhardt. Oh, no. A short-handed goal when they are two men down. Oh, my gosh. Coach Morris has got to be beside himself. Great play by Eberhardt. No. That makes it 2-1. A short-handed goal, two men down. Yikes. Zach Zaharansky got the assist on the Cooper Eberhardt goal. Face off in the Miami zone. Sean Tucker wins the draw. Back to Jackson Reed. Reed pulls the trigger. It's blocked, and here comes Miami's Eric Miller. A shot, and he scores. Eric Miller. Well, he has some fans on our chat. Two short-handed goals with two men down. Oh my goodness, you guys. And it's now 2-2. Right now, the Miami RedHawks say, hey, we like playing 5-on-3. Here's Tom Rutherford. That goal was unassisted. Puck now in the Miami zone. One of the penalties has been killed off. There's a blast by Rutherford as he stole the puck in the Miami zone. It's wide. Puck loose top of the slot in the RedHawk zone. Now carried back into the Flyer zone by Eberhardt. A shot and a save made by Dold. Here's Rutherford for Dayton. Over the Miami line, right wing, centers. Hamper, a shot is wide, and then Flyer player Connor Kelly slides into the Miami net, and it comes loose. Oh, my goodness gracious. Flyers have to just start things over. It's a brand new game now, 2-2. They had a golden opportunity with a two-man power play to increase that lead, and instead the RedHawks get two short-handed goals, both of them at 5-on-3. For the Flyers, here's Kulis. Pass to center. There's a shot taken by, I believe, Finn Harris, and a pad save by Weitzman. Well, Flyers just have to shake things off and get things started again. If they can retake the lead, then maybe they can get the wheels back on. From the draw, a shot taken by Reed of Dayton, and it deflects off a stick over the glass. We'll catch up on all your chat messages at the end of the second period. Love to hear from you, whether you're a Flyer fan or a RedHawk fan. From the face-off, then the RedHawk zone. Puck rims to this near side. And a pass at center ice by RedHawk Jack Schweitzer is off a stick and out of play. Goals in this period by Eberhardt and by Eric Miller. Eric Miller, 5'10", 190-pounder out of Hilliard, Ohio. Here come the RedHawks. There's a shot taken by Knife Force, and it's blocked. Kulis of Dayton trying to shovel the puck to the Miami net. It's poke checked away by netminder Weitzman. Puck cleared off the far boards to center. Flyers start back. Puck tipped in behind the RedHawk cage. Picked up by Miami by Tyler Bell. Bell spelled B-E-H-L. Here's Jackson Reed for Dayton. A shot. Deflects wide. Flyers hold the puck in at the left point. Smith has it poke checked away. Foot race down the ice. There's a shot at the Dayton net. Dole the save. Flyers clear the rebound to center, and there's a whistle. And there's a player down. It looks like a player down behind the Dayton net. And it looks like it is Johnny Asenik, I believe. And now the Premier Health medical representative is going out to see him. Oh my gosh, we had this happen last home game where Luke Federico was down for, my gosh, it seemed like 15 minutes or more, and he got taken to the hospital. He turned out to be fine. He went into concussion protocol for a while, but is back. I did not see. What did you see? What happened? Okay. So I believe it's uniform number 3. Johnny Asenik is the injured player. Declan Ployce and Luke Federico are out there, as well as looks like Liam Burns, I believe. Now Mike Mygon going out. And now Johnny is on his feet. And he's skating off under his own power, so that's a good sign. That is Johnny Asenik, a senior out of Northfield, Illinois. So we will resume play. The Face-off will be on the near dot, just outside the Dayton zone. Federico, or rather, it's going to be for Dayton, Brett Jones taking the draw against Amato. Puck shot at the Dayton net from the face-off, and it's caught. We'll have a face-off. It is going to be Brett Jones once again, squaring off against Amato. The puck pops out of play from that face-off, and we'll have another draw. 15:25 to go in period number 2. Flyers led it 2-0, but give up 2 short-handed goals here in the second so far. It's tied up 2 apiece. From the draw, Poyce wins it back to Umhafer, or correction, that was Asher Irwin. Poyce picks it up, drops it back off. Puck cleared by Irwin to center and dumped right back in the Dayton zone. Irwin picks it up for the Flyers. Pass intercepted at center by Marsink of Miami. Flyers clear it. Marsink gets it back at center. Pass up ahead, intended for Bamrick, is deflected off his stick. There's a chance for a shot by Miami's Kakaninden, and it's caught by Dold. Right wing circle face-off of the Dayton zone. Hartwell wins the draw from Miami, but the puck comes to center to Bell. Bell's pass intercepted by the Flyers. Here is Umhafer, pass up ahead for Swiatkowski. Gets deflected away. Flyers hold the puck in, left point, centering pass intercepted. Here come the RedHawks. Eric Miller drops it off. There's a shot, and that shot taken by Hartwell, and save made by Dold. The rebound cleared away. Here's Hartwell at center. He dumps in the Dayton zone, intended for Eric Miller. Miller behind the Dayton net. Looks to make a play, loses his footing and goes down. He still has it. Miller back to the point. Nice stick work by Graham Newton. Graham Newton's shot, pad save. Rebound loose, and it's cleared away. And that'll be an icing violation on Dayton. Big save by Jake Dold a moment ago on Graham Newton. $13:29 to go in the second. We're all tied at 2 apiece. Knife Force will take the face-off for Miami. Flyers win it. Puck is cleared away. Miami regains possession in their own zone. Zaharensky checked in his own zone. Puck comes loose. RedHawks start to come back. Puck dumped in the Dayton zone by Vaisala. Artur Vaisala dumped it in. Loose puck picked up by Zaharensky. Passes off to the rear near wing boards for Donahue, but it's intercepted. Here comes Jackson Reed for Dayton. The shot is partially blocked. Puck loose in the Miami zone behind the net. It tips into the corner. Brett Smith after it, and it's knocked up over the glass by Miami's Marsink. Face-off will be in the Miami zone to our right. Finn Harris takes the face-off for Dayton, and it looks like it is Schweitzer for Miami. Might be Lau. I'm sorry, might be Lau, number 14. Puck dropped in behind the Miami net, and that is going to be icing against Dayton, I believe. 12:23 to go, and it's kind of been a slog of a second period. We've had a lot of stoppages of play, several penalties. And we've got a decent crowd here tonight to watch the game at Kettering Ice Arena at the Kettering Recreation Complex. Outside of Dayton, there's a shot at the Dayton net is tipped wide. And now we've got a whistle. And the puck over the glass. We'll have a face-off. Goal scorers in this game for Dayton, Umhafer, and Rutherford. For Miami, it has been Eberhardt and Miller. Adam Marsink dumps the puck in the corner of the Dayton zone. Flyers kick it to center. Here is Brett Smith. A shot! Pad save by Weitzman. Nice effort by Flyer number 26, Brett Smith, senior out of Pittsburgh. Got the puck in the slot area in front of the Miami net. Got a good shot off, but a pad save for Weitzman. And now we've got a penalty coming up on Miami. So a power play for the Flyers. There's a shot by Finn Harris. It's blocked. Here's Brett Smith, right point. Smith, right wing circle. Swiatkowski is shot, and it deflects over the glass into the netting, and we'll have another face-off. The 2-minute minor on Miami. We're awaiting the announcement of the penalty. Declan Ployce will take the draw for Dayton against Hartwell. So it's Furman, Jackson Furman receives the penalty for Miami. Furman, 5'11", 195-pounder out of Westerville, Ohio, in the Columbus area. Flyers trying to retake the lead. We're all knotted up at 2. Brett Smith calling for the puck. Swiatkowski has it center point. Drops it far corner. Rutherford. Rutherford pass. Deflects away. One-on-one the other way. Here is a nice defensive play. There's a shot taken by Frado of Miami. I believe it was Finn Harris that, or rather Swiatkowski, that prevented a 1-on-0 breakout by the RedHawks. We know how they like to play shorthanded. Puck cleared back down into the Dayton zone. Here come the Flyers. Asher Irwin over the Miami line on right wing. Looking for Reed in the corner. Now back for Irwin at the blue line. Drops it off the left wing boards. Pass broken up and cleared away. For the Flyers, Owen Meichenbaum over the Miami line. And he's checked, veered off to the corner. Jackson Reed looking for the puck in front. Pass broken up and cleared away. And there's a chance for the RedHawks. Jack Schweitzer, the puck was cleared down into the Dayton zone. It reflected off the end boards, ricocheted back in front of the Dayton net, and Schweitzer was there for Miami, and he got a shot away. Penalty for the RedHawks to Furman has been killed off. We're back to full strength, 9.5 to go in the period. Score remains 2-2. Puck centered toward the Dayton net, broken up. Here's Mygon for Dayton. For Ployce. Puck kicks back to Mygon. Mygon pass bangs off the dasher to the blue line. It's held in by the RedHawks. Zaharinsky. There's a shot toward the Dayton net. Pad save by Dold. Rebound picked up for the Flyers by Connor Kelly. He'll dump it in the Miami zone. RedHawks start back. For Miami, here's Nyforce. He's checked. Loose puck by Sala. Shot. And it's caught by Jake Dold. Tucker, Jones, Burke on for Dayton. And trying to see who else. Liam Burns on the ice now. Puck stolen in the Dayton zone by Bamrick. Lining up a shot is Marsink, and it's wide from the left point. RedHawks hold it in. Amato dumps it far corner, or near corner rather. Puck now along the far boards. Kicked behind the net. After it for the RedHawks is Amato. He's tied up. Fratto after it. Puck comes loose. Here come the Flyers. Liam Burns. Check from behind by Fratto. Nice stick work by John Fratto of Miami. Puck loose at center. Here is Dayton's Mike Burke. His pass intercepted by the RedHawks. John Fratto, puck cleared back in now into the Miami zone. 2-2 the score, 7:10 to go in the second. We're past the midway point of the game. Puck shot at the Miami net wide. Here's Mygon for Dayton, tipping it along the boards. Stolen away by the RedHawks. Here's Fratto. A shot at the Dayton net. Pad save, and now a Miami player gets knocked flying. And we've got a whistle, and I don't know if it was due to that play. I don't know what constituted the whistle, and I don't think there was a penalty. 6:44 to play in period number 2. We'll catch up on all your chat messages at the end of the period. There's a shot from the draw at center by Weeks of Miami, and a save made. Puck still live in the Dayton zone. Meichenbaum checked along the boards. Not Fratto, but rather Lau dumps it in the far corner. Flyers clear the puck and a whistle. Puck popped over the glass. And they're going to move the faceoff down into the Miami zone to our right. Kent Jacobs, along with our producer engineer Jeff Duford from Kettering Ice Arena outside of Dayton, Ohio. College club hockey, Division II ACHA. Dayton Flyers against the Miami RedHawks. Of course, Miami, one of the better hockey programs in Ohio. They have a very successful Division I NCAA program, and they also have 2 ACHA programs. There's a blast toward the Dayton net by Furman of Miami. That's Jackson Furman. Flyers now on the ice. Federico and Snyder and Kelly. And we've also got, who else we got? Puck cleared back down into the Miami zone. Now Declan Ployce for the Flyers. Pass ahead off a stick, picked off by Zaharinski. Over the Dayton line, Zaharinski centers. Intended for Miller, and it's broken up. Here come the Flyers. Charlie Snyder over the Miami line. Gets a shot. Save made by Weitzman. Flyers hold the puck in at the blue line. A shot taken by Asher Irwin is deflected wide. 5 minutes to go in the period. Still 2-2. Here come the RedHawks. A rush into the Dayton zone. Shot taken by Hartwell. Now here's a blast off the stick of Kakatinen, and I'm butchering that name. I'm sorry for Miami. Now dumping the puck in for the Flyers and heading to the bench is Federico on a line change, and the puck is covered up by goalkeeper Weitzman. Oh my goodness. One of the assistant coaches for Miami gave us the pronunciation of that name before the game, and I still can't do it. Kakatinen. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm messing that name up. 4:25 to go in the second. Face off in the RedHawk zone to our right. Brett Jones lost the draw this time, but he picks the puck up in the corner. Rims it over to the near corner for Mike Burke. That play broken up, and it's cleared away. Liam Burns back to get it in his own zone. Shadowed by Fratto. Burns at center, stripped by Bamrick. Bamrick pass to Marsink. Over the Dayton line, dumps it in the corner. They fight for it in the near corner of the Dayton zone. Prodding at the puck now is Amato. Puck kicks free behind the Dayton net. Liam Burns for the Flyers. Picks it up. Burns pass at center intended for Tucker. Tucker will flip it in front of the Miami net. It's picked up for the RedHawks by Marsink. Adam Marsink. He's checked in the corner. Coming away with it for the Flyers is Swiatkowski. Back for Burns. Near corner, Umhafer. Umhafer drops it back to the left point. Burns lets it go to center. It got past him. Liam Burns would have had a wide open chance for a shot from the left defense position. Now we've got a whistle. The pop up over the boards. Apparently so. It's 2:49 to go in the second. Face-off will be at center. From the draw, Swiatkowski. The shot toward the Miami net is off the side of the cage. Puck carries into the Dayton zone. After it is Miller. A shot is wide of the Dayton net from a bad angle. There's Bell. Pass back to the point comes to center ice. RedHawks knife force tips it back in the Dayton zone. Flyers clear it. Picked up at center by knife force. Pass up ahead. Deflected away by the Flyers' Owen Meichenbaum. RedHawks center the puck. And it's tipped wide. Here's a chance for Vaisala of Miami, a shot wide. Another shot that's caught by Dold, and then there's an altercation in front of the Dayton net. That is involving, it looks like, Eric Miller and who else did we have in there? We had knife force. I think we might have coincidental penalties. Might have been Liam Burns for Dayton. So we will be 4-on-4. Referee Eric Schreiner at the scorer's table. We've got Jeremy Lee as the other ref, and then I don't know the name of the last ref. I'm sorry. So 2-minute minors, and we'll be 4-on-4. Marsink of Miami, pass at center. Stolen away by the Flyers. It's dumped back behind the Miami net. I enjoy 4-on-4 hockey. It's more wide open. If I were designing the game from the outset, I would have it be 4-on-4 instead of 5-on-5. It's just having a couple less players on the ice unclogs the ice and makes the game more wide open. Here's a chance for Jackson Reed. Shot blocked. Reed again, a blast, and the save, puck loose in front of the Miami net, and it's cleared to center. Here's Hartwell over the Dayton line. Hartwell looking to make a play. He shoots. It's wide. And a puck caroms back to the blue line. They fight for it there. The Flyers, Charlie Snyder after it. Jackson Reed a shot at the Miami net wide. Half a minute left in the period. For the RedHawks, here comes Marsink. Here is Tommy Rutherford with a loose puck at center. Over the Miami line, and he's checked from behind by Fratto before he could pull the trigger. Liam Burns steals the puck, gives it off to Rutherford over the Miami line. Rutherford centering for Swiatkowski. It's broken up. 4 seconds left in the period. And there goes the buzzer. And an exciting second period comes to a close with the score Dayton 2, Miami 2. Wow. Wow. So exciting game, folks. So we can recap the scoring once again. First period, Dayton, Colin Umhafer, assisted by Rutherford and by Swiatkowski. And then Rutherford scores a shorthanded goal, assisted by Swiatkowski. And then I'm sure Coach Morris and his staff are going to speak to the boys about taking care of that puck when you have a power play. They had a 5-on-3 power play, a 2-man advantage for a minute and a half, and the RedHawks score 2 goals, shorthanded, down 2 men, and I'm sure that the guys are going to hear about that. But the first goal for the RedHawks was by Eberhardt. And that was assisted by Zaharansky. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And then the second shorthanded goal was scored by Eric Miller, unassisted. And that's where we are at. 2-2, the score after 2 periods of play. The Flyers did rebound at least nicely from that disastrous 2-man power play to play very well. I feel like the rest of the period in keeping the RedHawks at bay. What are your shots? Yeah. So Jake Dold standing tall for the Flyers in net. The shots unofficially right now favor Miami 31-14 for the game. And let's see what if we have any chat messages. Let's see what do we got. And nice to talk to you folks here at between periods. Got a message from Matt Brown. Said is he okay? And I think he was referring to Johnny Jesenik. I haven't seen him back on the ice. He went to the bench under his own power. So we're hoping he's all right, but you don't know. You don't know about concussions or any of that type of thing. I don't know. But all I can say is I haven't seen Jesenik for Dayton back on the ice, uniform number 3. He was the one that was knocked down and was lying down on the ice behind the Miami rink early in the period. But if we hear something, we'll let you know. Or if I see Johnny back on the ice, we'll let you know. But Got a message from Rusty Shackelford. Rusty says, oh, yeah. And Dan Federico, hey, Dan, how's it going? Says, Kent, thanks for your kind words about Luke when he was injured against Davenport. Wanted to express how grateful we were for the amazing job done by Liz and Dayton's on-site medical staff. Thank you, Dan, and we're so glad that Luke is fine. He's back on the ice playing. That was scary. Yeah, certainly the folks, the medical staff here, you mentioned Liz, did a great job in getting Luke stabilized. They eventually did put him on a gurney and wheel him out, and I think he went to Kettering Hospital. But we're just glad everything's okay, and he's back on the ice. Nice to hear from you, Dan. Thank you very much. And Daniel Steffen, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Daniel Steffen says hello to Leon Swiatkowski from your family here in Houston, Texas. How about that? Nice to hear from you, Daniel, down in Houston, Texas tonight. That's fantastic. And we also heard from Heather. Heather, the name. You got to help me with the name. I'm glad you dialed in. I was just talking about the name a little while ago. Heather Kakaninden. Am I getting it somewhere close? Kakaninden? What does Heather say? Thanks for taking on our last name. There you go. Thank you. It's a challenge. You didn't butcher it too bad. Okay. Thank you, Heather. So Kakaninden. I'm hoping that's right. So Joe Eberhardt. Hi, Joe. You're doing a great job tonight. Thank you, Joe. Eberhardt is also an academic weapon. Oh, okay. So, and that's Connor Eberhardt. I think it was Connor. Yeah. He is, or Cooper, I beg your pardon, Cooper Eberhardt is a good student as well, says Joe. Thank you, Joe. And congratulations to Cooper on his academics. Dave Reed says, Kent, stick to Smith and Jones. Thanks, Dave. I have trouble with the Smith and Jones. I get them mixed up on their numbers. But at any rate, thanks, Dave. And thanks to everybody dialing in. And it's nice to hear from all you folks tonight. 2-2 the score. As we get ready for the third period. We had a number of penalties in that second period. But wow, that sequence when the Flyers very early in the second period had that two-man power play, and they had a 2-0 lead. I thought, okay, here we go. They're gonna hopefully score and make it 3-0 and really be off and running. And I know it's just bad puck bounces, but the RedHawks got a couple of nice plays. I compliment their players in making that happen. Cooper Eberhardt and also Eric Miller scoring shorthanded goals when there are two men down. That's obviously something of a rarity, and I would say even more rare within the same power play period. Two shorthanded goals when you're two men short. But the Flyers rebounded well. That could be a crushing thing to have that happen, to lose the lead that way. But I think the boys came back and they played hard for the rest of the period. I think this Miami team is a very talented team. I think they've got some really good skaters, and but the Flyers are hanging in there. And Jake Dold has made 29 saves unofficially on 31 shots. Those two shorthanded goals, the Miller goal, I don't think there was a lot he could do on that one. I don't remember. I can't remember the Eberhardt goal. What happened with that? But at any rate, but Jake has played extremely well tonight, and Mr. Weitzman over in the other net has played very well also. So what's happening now in the National Hockey League? Right now, Detroit and Tampa are tied. And I tell you what, a team to keep an eye on that for the last couple of years has not been anything have been the Chicago Blackhawks. But keep an eye on the Chicago Blackhawks this season. They're off to a good start, and they're winning over Vancouver tonight 2-0 in the second. And Blackhawks might have a good season this year, which I'm a big St. Louis Blues fan, so we don't want to hear that. Washington Capitals are all over the Minnesota Wild 5-1. That game is a final. Oh, and now the Red Wings in overtime have defeated Tampa 2-1. So there you go. Jeff is a big Red Wing fan. And right now in the ALCS in baseball, the Seattle Mariners have defeated Toronto 6-2 to take a 3-2 lead in that series. Former Cincinnati Red Eugenio Suarez hit a grand slam home run, or as we called him, Gino Suarez, when he was with the Reds. And of course, Cal Raleigh with the big dumper, that's what they call him, hit a home run tonight for Seattle. Mariners are surprising me. I thought the Blue Jays would be the real favorite in the American League, but right now that's Seattle. Both teams are back on the ice now. And we are going to be still at 4-on-4 when we get back to action for 19 seconds. We mentioned how this RedHawk team, defending Division II national champions, they also won in the year 2020. All right, we're ready to go. Again, the Flyers in their Navy uniforms. The RedHawks are in their red. Puck dropped and we're underway. And from the outset of the period, puck comes in on net on the Miami side, and Weitzman sets it aside. Here come the RedHawks the other way. Fratto behind the Dayton net, checked by Smith. Loose puck, Federico tips to center. Or check that's Asher Irwin. Puck now cleared behind the Miami net, and it's whistled down for an icing violation on Dayton. And Flyers coached by Tony Morris. The RedHawks are coached by Alex Delaney. Flyers coming in with a record of 2-6-0. They're no wins, 1 loss, 2 overtime wins in league play. The Miami RedHawks come in at 5-2. All their games have been league games, and all in regulation. There's Fratto over the Dayton line, right wing. Shot, pad save by Dold, and Jake very carefully covering up that puck. And a face-off in the Dayton zone. Fratto against, it looks like the Flyers, that was Finn Harris. There is a shot by the RedHawks, Tyler Bell. Bell out of Columbus, Ohio. Adam Marsink wins the draw. Shot blocked from the left point. Puck centered, intended for RedHawk player Fratto, and it's tipped wide. Flyers trying to come back. Puck poke checked away, back into the Dayton zone. There's a give and go pass, stolen, but a big stolen by RedHawk Eric Miller, and he's down on the ice. He got flattened by, I believe it was Liam Burns. There was a big chance for Eric Miller. The puck kicked free to the top of the slot between the face-off circles in the Dayton zone, and Miller looked like he was going to have a grade A chance at a shot wide open toward the Dayton net, and Liam Burns, I believe it was, came by and he just ran him over. Miller is down on one knee. We hope he's okay. The medical staff assisted by Luke Federico, are about out on the ice now to see Miller. Now Miller is on his feet and skating back toward the bench. Eric Miller, 5'10", 190, out of Hilliard, Ohio. We hope Eric is okay. He's back on the bench. Probably just was that as we used to say, and I'm 60 years old now, but as we used to say when I was young, they say he got his bell rung. Is what we would say. Here come the RedHawks through center ice. Puck dumped in the Dayton zone. There's a backhand shot by Eberhardt and a save by Dold. Rebound still live. Now cleared away into the RedHawk zone. For Miami's Judge, a shot, pad save by Dold, and Jake will cover it up. We're 2 minutes and 2 seconds into the third period. We still remain tied up at 2 apiece. Umhafer and Rutherford for Dayton. Eberhardt and Miller for Miami are the goal scorers. Hartwell will take the draw for the RedHawks against Tommy Rutherford. Or correction, that's Brett Jones. Puck cleared away into the Miami zone. Icing waved off. Back to get it for Miami. Marsink. Marsink pass to center for Hartwell. Over the Dayton line. Centering pass. Broken up. Puck kicks into the corner. Hartwell. Back to the point for Marsink. His shot blocked. Puck centered again. It's tipped behind the net in the Dayton zone. Twice clears it ahead. RedHawks reset at center ice with Marsink. Marsink's pass intercepted for the Flyers. And behind the net, they jostle for the puck. Flyer player goes down. And the puck is shot to center. I didn't catch the number of the Flyer player that almost had a good chance at the Miami net. Here's Rutherford stealing the puck and has it poke checked away as he tried to walk in front of the Miami net. Here come the RedHawks the other way. Vaisala, shot blocked. Rebound, Rutherford. Rutherford up ahead. Meichenbaum, he's bumped off the puck. Umhafer backhands it in the Miami zone. Swiatkowski for Rutherford. Pass gets past him along the far boards. Now kicks in the near corner, Umhafer. Pass far corner, Rutherford. Back for Burns, right point. Back to Rutherford behind the net. Rutherford trying to make a play. He's checked. Loose puck comes to center. Flyers reset. Meichenbaum will dump it in. Back behind the net. Weitzman to play it for Miami. Pass for Amato. He's checked. Puck cleared. And icing will be the call on Miami. Reed back on for the Flyers, along with Harris and Kulis, Smith, and Jackson Reed will take the draw. Mygon also on for Dayton. Brett Smith knocks the puck down at center, tips it in the Miami zone, and it's shot up over the glass by Miami's Ben Amato. Face-off will be in the RedHawk zone. And it's going to be Finn Harris on the draw for Dayton. Puck comes to the left wing circle. A shot by Jackson Reed and a pad save by Weitzman. For Miami, here's Amato behind his own net. Checked. Puck comes loose. It's carried to center ice by Miami's Bamrick. Shot behind the Dayton net. 14:40 to go in the third. 2-2 the score. Puck now behind the Miami net. Shot to the point. It comes to center for the RedHawks. Prado. Prado dumps it in the Dayton zone. It's cleared back out. Flyers play the puck. Pass at center for Connor Kelly. He dumps it in the Miami zone and bangs off the boards back to center. There's a long shot from center ice by Dayton's Asher Irwin. It's caught by Weitzman. He outlets it. Puck now at the Dayton blue line. Dump behind the net. Played there for the Flyers by Irwin. Irwin pass up ahead for teammate Charlie Snyder. He'll dump it in the Miami zone. Back to get it for the RedHawks is Eberhardt. Eberhardt for teammate Kakanenden, and he dumps it in. They fight for it. The puck is held in at the left point. Shot by the RedHawks. Newton in the save. Puck still alive in the Dayton zone. Newton another shot at the Dayton net is wide from the left point. Newton trying to hold the puck in. One-hand shot from the blue. He scores. What a shot by Newton. Holy cow, Graham Newton. It looked like he was being partially tied up. It looked like almost a one-handed shot from right just inside the blue line. And I don't know if Jake Dole just didn't see it very well, but it got through the pads, and it's 3-2 for Miami.
Seven. Right. 7-10.
So Newton assisted by, I believe we said Bell. Graham Newton, a 5'10", 175-pounder out of Dexter, Michigan. It just looked like almost a one-handed shovel shot from just inside the blue line, but sometimes those crazy slow shots, that kind of float in toward the goalie, maybe sometimes he doesn't see it. Well, a great play by Newton. 3-2 Miami with 12 minutes to play in the third period. First lead of the game for Miami. Here's Meichenbaum over the Miami line. Meichenbaum checked before he could get a shot away. There's a shot toward the net for the Flyers by Finn Harris. And Weitzman the stop, and he'll hold on to it. We'll read our chat messages. And I'm looking at the chat messages, and I didn't hear the public address very well. But did they say that Eric Miller got the tip on that? I'll check on that on the Newton shot. Here's a shot toward the Dayton net. Hold on, let me double check that goal, folks. So that is what happened. I was looking at the chat message and I see Eric Miller got the tip in. So, yeah, so Eric Miller got the goal and assisted by Newton. So Miller got a tip on the Newton shot, and that is the third goal of the game for Miami. So Miller has 2 on the night, and that's coming back after he got shaken up earlier. We got a message. Mike McCormick says Eric Miller for MVP. He might be the #1 star of this game if the score remains as it is. Hunter Wallace says Angry E with the tip in. So thank you very much. We'll get to some of the other chat messages that I see on there and the next stoppage of play. There's a shot by the Flyers, pad save by Weitzman. Mygon, a shot blocked. Outlet pass now for Fratto. Chases it down in the Dayton zone. He's checked by 2 Flyers. Boy, they're really going at it, both teams right now. Here is Finn Harris. Drops it back behind the net for teammate Koulis. Pass to Reed at center into the Miami zone. Reed trying to wrap it around. Drops it back to the point. There's a shot by Ployce. Blocked. Rebound. They score! Holy Toledo! And the game is tied, I believe. It might have been Reed on the rebound tip in. How about that? And the Flyers come back and tied up 3 apiece. And there's a shot at the Miami net.
And number 13.
So it's Reed from Kelly and Ployce. I've got a few other messages. Tom Eberhardt says, happy birthday to Emmett Eberhardt, Cooper's cousin from Illinois. Thanks, Tom. Happy birthday to Emmett Eberhardt. Hope you're having a good day and enjoying this, what's become a very exciting contest tonight between the Flyers and the RedHawks. Puck dumped behind the Dayton net, picked up for the Flyers there by Asher Irwin. Irwin pass at center, off a stick and over the glass. We also had a message from Matt Brown, says, "Ooh, yeah. Hey, Matt." Rusty Shackelford says, "Hope my friend John is okay." And Mike McCormick says, "Eric Miller for MVP." And we read that Hunter Wallace. Hey, Hunter. Angry E with the tip in. So nice to hear from everybody tonight. Flyers have it at center. Puck dumped in the Miami zone. After it, Liam Burns, he shoots wide from the left wing. After the puck, Mike Burke for the Flyers. Puck slides over to this near corner. Now it's centered. It's intercepted by Eberhardt. Eberhardt will dump it in the Dayton zone. After it from Miami is Donahue. He can't control it. He's tied up by Swiatkowski. Or rather, Meichenbaum. Owen Meichenbaum. Loose puck shot to center. Dumped in the Dayton zone. There's a shot by Miami's Marsink, Adam Marsink, and it's blocked. Marsink again, it winds up. One-timer is wide. Down on the ice was goalie Dold, but the Flyers are able to clear it away. 7:57 to go in regulation. All tied up at 3. Marsink of Miami dumps it in. Puck comes right in front of the Dayton net, but it's picked up by Umhafer of the Flyers. Pass for Swiatkowski. He got a shot, and it's wide. Swiatkowski just wide. Back for the RedHawks, racing in is Kakatinen. He lost an edge and wipes out in the corner. They fight for it. Kakatinen along with teammate Schweitzer. Flyer player knocked down. He's looking for a whistle, but the puck is cleared. And now there's an icing violation on Dayton. Flyer player down. He thought there would be a penalty. I think that's Leon Swiatkowski. He's headed to the bench on a line change. Or is there a penalty on that play? There was. Is there somebody going in the box? No, I guess not. Yes, there was a penalty on Miami. A tripping minor on Schweitzer. Flyer power play trying to retake the lead. As it's 3-3, so Schweitzer, a trip. Cleared to center. Flyers have it there. They looking for better fortunes here on this power play than they've had all evening long. For Dayton, Asher Irwin drops it back to Reed, left point. Back to Irwin, now back to Meichenbaum. Back to Irwin, shot from the right wing. It's blocked by Eric Miller, and the puck caroms back into the Dayton zone. Flyers back to get it. There's a pass to Jackson Reed. Reed will chop it in behind the net now in the corner to Rutherford. Pass to Ployce at the point. He'll dump it in for Reed. And it bounces off the wall, and it's cleared down the ice by Miami's Cooper Everhart. Flyers another rush. Ployce to Umhafer over the line. Umhafer checked from behind. Ployce in the corner. Fighting with Zorharansky. Flyers have it. There is Swiatkowski to Umhafer. He's checked on the end boards by Marsink of Miami. Here is Brett Smith trying to walk in. The puck rolled off his stick. Just 1 second left in the power play. RedHawks have killed it off. Back on the ice, Schweitzer. Flyers, Leon Swiatkowski behind the net. Back to the point. There's a blast. Taken by Meichenbaum wide. Puck caroms back to center. Back is Meichenbaum. Gets past a RedHawk. Back over the line. Drop pass. Right the front. Shot. And a melee in front of the net. That's quickly broken up. The stop was made by Weitzman. 4:45 to go in regulation. Meichenbaum is in the penalty box for Dayton. So the RedHawks will have a one-man power play. Now it's interference minor on Meichenbaum. RedHawk power play. Here's a wide open chance. A blast by Zaharinski is high and wide. Boy, he had a wide open shot from the top of the slot area. Now Newton, top of the slot. Now right wing circle. A blast by Fratto, a pad save. Rebound to the near boards. Fratto. Right point. Now a one-time blast by Newton. And the save is made by Jake Dold. Oh, that was a rifle shot by Newton. And there was some traffic in front of the Dayton net, but Jake Dold able to see it and make the stop. A minute 17 left in the Miami power play. 4:02 left in the third period. All tied at 3. There's Miller, a shot, pad save. Rebound, caroms all the way down the ice. Weitzman out of the net, and what happens? There's a stoppage of play. Wasn't icing because there's no icing when they're, high stick. Oh. Okay, so puck hit with a high stick. Jeff, our producer, let me know that. So we've got a face-off in the Miami zone. Swiatkowski against, it looks like Hartwell. 1:01 left in the Miami power play. 3:46 to go in the third. We're tied at 3. RedHawks have it from the draw. Here comes Hartwell. Rink wide pass for Judge. Judge over the Dayton line. Drop pass. Now back to Judge. Judge, right wing. One-time shot by Miller from the right wing is wide. Here's Bell, a shot wide of the Dayton goal. Bell again. Drops it to the right wing. Now here's a one-time shot by Judge, and he scored. A one-time blast by Brian Judge of the RedHawks, a power play goal, and the Miami team now takes a 4-3 lead. 3 minutes even now to play. The Flyers find themselves down for the second time in the game by a goal.
Brian Jones. Assist. Well, that was a tall one. Another 10. 16.
So Judge from Hartwell and Miller on the power play goal. Now for Miami. Zaharansky holds the puck in. Zaharansky left point, wrist shot, save, rebound is covered up by Dold. Let's see, what do we got? Mike Simeone, I hope I pronounced that right, Michael Simeone, says Eric Miller, overtime winner. For the hat trick. And the Flyers now call timeout. Coach Tony Morris will have a word with his troops. Rusty Shackelford says, just got word from my pal John. He says here he's doing okay. Okay, that's I think that's some inside information for the Miami folks. Rusty Shackelford says his friend John is okay. I'll be there in 5 hours. Shackelford out. Okay, Rusty. Good luck, Rusty. Matt Bren says, thanks, Rusty. And Rusty says, no problem. Dogman says hello. Okay, I don't know. Okay, folks. What an exciting game we've had here tonight. 2 minutes, 14 seconds left. I'm sure that Flyer goalie Jake Dold is going to be set to head to the bench once the puck heads down into the Miami end of the rink in favor of an extra attacker. Face-off knife force for Miami. Flyers win the draw, however, and there's a Flyer player that gets rammed into the boards hard, and he's down. And I believe that is Asher Irwin. And there, I believe, will be an infraction. Irwin is on his feet, and he's shaking his head, and that's going to be Vaisala. Artur Vaisala, it looks like, is heading to the penalty box. Well, what this means now, the Flyers can vacate the goal crease and have a 6-on-4 two-man power play. So the Flyers now have a 6-on-4 advantage. Their goal is empty. Their goal crease is empty, but they have a two-man advantage. Trying to tie up this game. Holding the puck in for the Flyers is Meichenbaum, a shot that's blasted wide. Puck cleared toward the Dayton net, and icing waved off. 1:40 to go. Pass at center, Ployce. Over the Miami lane, Ployce, a shot wide. Puck caroms back to Meichenbaum. For Rutherford, fires! It's blocked in front. Meichenbaum, pass to Reed. Shot, blocked. Reed gets it back. Rick wide to Meichenbaum. Left wing circle shot. Pad save. Rebound cleared down the ice. And they score. Empty net goal off the rebound on the pad save by Weitzman. And it's now 5-3 in favor of Miami. A minute, 8 seconds to go. So now Jake Dold back in the crease. We'll get the announcement on that goal. I didn't catch the number of the RedHawk player who scored he had a backhanded the rebound off the pad saved by Weitzman. And that's Eric Miller. And Weitzman, the goalie, got the assist because it was a pad save by Weitzman. So off of that pad save, Miller, the backhand shot all the way down the ice at the empty net and scores. And that is the hat trick for Eric Miller. Or correction, that's his second goal of the game. Second goal of the game by Miller. Dold out of the net, sets it up for Brett Smith. There's 5 seconds left. Playing the puck for Miami, Zahoransky, and the buzzer sounds the end of the game. Well, we had a very exciting game. The final tonight is Miami 5 and Dayton 3. A very exciting game tonight, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. It's tough. The Flyers were unable to come away with this one. So recapping the scoring tonight in the first period for the Flyers, it was Colin Umhafer. Umhafer assisted by Tom Rutherford and Leon Swiatkowski, and it was 1-0 Dayton. And then it was Tommy Rutherford shorthanded, assisted by Leon Swiatkowski. And it was 2-0 Dayton after one period of play, and things looked very good at that point for the Flyers. 2-0 after one. And then just inside the beginning of the second period, there's a Miami penalty. And then just like 20 seconds later, there was a second Miami penalty. Suddenly the Flyers, with a 2-0 lead, had a 5-on-3 power play. And that's when things got bad, unfortunately. There was a shorthanded goal scored by Cooper Eberhardt, assisted by Zach Zahoransky, and that made it 2-1. And then Eric Miller picked up a loose puck and walked in and zipped one into the Dayton net for a second shorthanded goal, and that one was unassisted. So within one 5-on-3 power play, the Flyers gave up 2 shorthanded goals. I'm sure the coach will do some counseling on that, I imagine. as far as drills on a 5-on-3. Thanks, Jake. So it was 2-2, and that's how it stood after 2 periods of play. Then Miami took the lead on a goal by let's see, that was by Eric Miller. Assisted by Graham Newton. That was that crazy shot. Newton did a good job holding the puck in at the blue line, and he was being like pulled on one arm by a Flyer player, and Newton kind of one-handed kind of shoveled the puck toward the net, and Eric Miller got a tip on it, and that went in, and that was an even strength goal, and that made it 3-2 Miami. And then the Flyers later in the period, Jackson Reed was able to score and assisted by teammates Colin Kelly and by Declan Ployce. And that tied things up 3-3. And there was a big celebration down here in the corner. Things looked pretty good. Just a few minutes to go. And it was tied up at 3 apiece. Unfortunately for the Flyers, the next goal was scored by Miami, and it was by Brian Judge. Brian Judge assisted by Hartwell and Miller, and that made it 4-3. And then the Flyers got a power play. It was inside that last minute, and they pulled their goalie to have a 6-on-4 power play. But a shot by, I believe it was Tommy Rutherford, was a pad save by Weitzman, and the rebound deflected over to Eric Miller, and he backhands the puck from inside his own net, or in front of his own net rather, all the way down the ice into the empty net for a game clinching goal for the RedHawks. And for Mr. Miller, that was a hat trick. I said a hat trick, and then I changed my mind, and then I have to change my mind again. I forgot that goal by that shot by Newton was the goal by Miller, not by Newton. So yeah, hat trick tonight for Miller, and congratulations to him. So let's see if we have any more messages. I don't think so. Let's see. I don't see any, but so that's how the scoring went tonight. What were your final shots, Jeff?
47-24 favoring Miami.
Okay, so 47-24 unofficially the final shots on goal favoring Miami. So that's just one shot shy of a 2-to-1 ratio. So that when you give up a 2-to-1 ratio of shots, it's going to be hard to be successful. But the Flyers almost did it. I mean, they tied it up 3-3, but couldn't quite pull it out tonight. Let's do 3 stars. Let's see here, folks. Let's see. Swankowski. I'm going to give the number 3 star of the game to Tommy Rutherford of Dayton. Thomas had a goal and an assist tonight. Let's look for a number 2 star. And that is going to be let's see here, folks. 18, 7, 7, 7. I'm going to give the what's that? Oh, sorry about that. There you go. All right, cool. There you go. Let's see here, folks. The number 2 star, I guess I'll give it to Weitzman, the goalie of Miami. As he was able to stop 21 out of 24 shots and got an assist in the game. Wasn't a pass, it was just a rebound, but he got an assist. And it goes without saying the number 1 star of the game tonight is Eric Miller of Miami. Eric Miller with a hat trick, and he also got an assist tonight. So 4 points for Eric Miller. So again, our 3 stars tonight: Rutherford, the number 3 star from Dayton; Weitzman, the number 2 star from Miami; and Eric Miller, the number 1 star from Miami. A hat trick and an assist. Our hard hat tonight, I'm going to give the hard hat to Miami's John Fratto. He just seemed to be a real pest all night long for the Flyers. He was all over the ice. So we'll give Fratto of Miami our hard hat for tonight. So our next action for the Flyers, next home action is going to be Mr. Reed, Dave Reed told us earlier in the chat. That is going to be against Michigan on November 7th and 8th. Friday, November 7th, here at 8 o'clock against Michigan. And then we will, Flyers will be playing Michigan once again on Saturday here. And that one's at 9:30. So November 7th and 8th, 8 o'clock on Friday, 9:30 on Saturday against the Michigan Wolverines. So we appreciate everybody's participation. It's been fun to chat with everybody. Let's see. I don't think we have any further messages. So nice to talk to everybody, and hope everybody has a nice weekend. These two teams are going to play again tomorrow, I think, in Oxford. So we'll see how things go down there. So once again, we appreciate everybody's participation, and I hope you have a nice weekend, a nice evening. Speaking once again for our producer engineer Jeff Duford, my name is Kent Jacobs. Once again, the final score tonight: the Miami RedHawks 5 and the Dayton Flyers 3. Until November 7th, we bid you good evening from Kettering Ice Arena. Good night, everyone.